Hey, what's up everyone? This is K Collections, and are you looking forward to the upcoming event? I've been looking forward to the raid quest for quite some time now. Without a doubt, it's gonna be awesome. So, in this video, I'll be breaking down the new limited 5-star Assassin Shuten. I'll briefly go through some stats, skills, recommendations, and my overall opinion on whether you should use your sync cords on her or not. First up are her stats. As always, feel free to pause the video if you want to take a look at anything specific. Shuten does have the highest attack within the Assassin class. Her NP gain from attacks are kinda low, but don't worry, it's not going to be an issue due to her hit counts. For her attack cards, she has 2 Quick, 2 Arts, 1 Buster with an Arts Noble Phantasm. Hit counts, Quick does 4, Arts 3, Buster 1, Extra 6, and NP does 1 hit. Like I said, even though her stats for NP gain isn't the highest, she does have a decent hit count to make up for it. Also, having high hits on her Quick and Extra means she can generate a decent amount of stars. Moving on to her active skills, her first skill is really good, as it has a 60% chance to charm all enemies, along with a guaranteed decrease in defense for 3 turns. So 60% isn't the highest, but it's not that low either. Just don't over-rely on this, especially for life or death scenarios. Always have some sort of backup. Unless you love taking risk, or you just don't care about your service, then hey, by all means go for it. Her second skill is very simple, but very effective, as it increases attack of all allies, and increases her own NP damage. Ideally, save this for her NP, but you can always use it when you want to. Since both effects last 3 turns, even if you don't have her NP ready, you have a few turns to charge and use it before the effects expire. Lastly, her final skill is a gut skill. We've seen this 1,000 times, really helps with survivability. So ideally, I would suggest leveling up her second skill first, because out of the 3, that's the most reliable one. For her passive skills, she has 2. First one increases star generation by 6%, and the second one gives her damage plus of 150. Both are very basic, but nonetheless quite helpful. Now, for her Noble Phantasm, this is where she really shines. First off, it's an AoE NP that deals damage. The only other Assassin Servant that has an AoE damaging NP is Phantom of the Opera. So on top of dealing damage, her NP also decreases debuff resistance, attack, defense, NP strength, and crit chance by 10%, all lasting 3 turns. It also prevents them from using their skills for 1 turn, as well as poisoning them for 5 turns. Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. Though the percentages aren't the highest, it's still very effective, especially if you can spam her NP over and over again. I do want to mention that the NP refund isn't high because it's only 1 hit, but with the right team and CE compositions, charging her NP won't be an issue. So, my final thoughts on Shuten. She's a very unique servant, and I do recommend summoning for her. Her main strength comes from her Noble Phantasm, being able to deal damage to all enemies, but most importantly, debuff enemies in multiple areas. Since she's arts focused, with the right setup, you'll be able to use her NP multiple times in a battle. Along with a solid NP, her skills are very effective as well. Having a charm skill that affects all enemies is amazing. Just remember, it's RNG, but even if that doesn't go through, you'll still be able to decrease enemies' defense. Shuten also has an attack buffing skill to help not only herself, but your team as well. Also, because she has a gut skill, that increases her survivability, which is always a good thing. Overall, it's nice that she's capable in damage dealing, but understand that's not her purpose. It's more of a bonus. The main focus should be her debuffing effects. For one thing, due to her class, she does have a low damage modifier, even though she has a relatively high attack stat. Her charm and gut skill also has a relatively long cooldown, and to some players, a 10% debuff from her NP isn't really high. But again, it's her diversity with skills and effects that makes her so good. So for team compositions, as I said before, Arts Servants can really help her use her NP more often. I highly recommend Tamamo, which I personally think is the best servant with Shuten. First off, you can Arts Chain frequently, she can charge NP, reduce skill cooldown, and heal Shuten. Tamamo can also increase art's performance, which is great when using Noble Phantasms. Other servants like Helena, Anderson, even Mozart's can help for similar reasons. Now, it's most ideal to have an art's damage dealer, therefore I recommend Nero Bride. She's a nice balance of support for Shuten while capable of dealing damage herself. Vlad is another good choice if you really want an offensive servant. Also, since Shuten has a dragon trait, you could use Jalter to buff her attacks even further. For CE recommendations, Formacraft is one of the best for her for obvious reasons, helping her boost art's performance. Prisma Cosmos for consistent NP gain, which allows you to use her Noble Phantasm more frequently. And 2030 if your main focus is on crits, as she herself can generate a decent amount of stars. Combined with this, you'll have a good amount. There are of course many other CE and team combinations. I always encourage you to experiment, that's the fun part. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, I appreciate the support. Subscribe to my channel for more FGO videos, and follow me on Twitter for more updates. So, will you be summoning for Shuten? Comment down below, I'd love to know. Let's prepare for the upcoming event, and best of luck to all players planning to pull on her banner. As always, have an awesome day everyone, till next time.